Hey guys, it's Erin or Everyday Erin, and I am back with another video, and I'm realizing I can't sit cross-legged on the floor with Crocs on. Oh well, that's staying in there. So it's been a week since I made my last video. I did a couple shorts. One was not really appreciated by people with my package that I got this very odd photo from UPS. Doesn't matter. I don't care. But I was getting ready to respond to comments because I've been busy with things this week, and I was just getting into it today, and then I said maybe I should make my video first and then I'll go back and respond to comments. I'm also trying to be cognizant of how many times I say the word and, because last week I said it about 52 times. It could have been a drinking game. Anyway, I have here, with some reference numbers from banking, a list of what I shared last week in terms of my whips, and I am going to go through what I finished, what I worked on, if I started something new, and plans. Does that make sense? I think so. I'm not going to hold up everything I did not work on, which I can tell you right now is One Nation, my monthly stitch along, my Novita socks, my Scrappy Happy, or my sweater. I think I touched everything else, but I don't quote me on that. The first thing I finished was the tiramisu blanket. My ribbons came in, and I had made Kristen help me pick. Oh, I didn't trim an end, but I had Kristen help me pick a ribbon to go with it, and I think she did a great job. It looks like mint chocolate chip. And this will just go in my baby bin once I trim off those. They're woven in. I just didn't trim them because I wanted to block it before I trimmed it. It's a really cute blanket. Small, just like a car seat blanket type thing. One finished object. Let's see what else on here. Did I finish anything else? Oh yes, this was a very growing moment for me. I shared the snow globe last week, and don't take a drink. I had finished. Do I have something to hold up behind this? I'm so out of practice. So out of practice. I had this guy finished. This has holes in it. What am I thinking? We'll see if that makes sense. It doesn't make any difference. So I had this guy finished for like a year, and I was working on the penguin. I finished the penguin, I want to say Friday evening. There wasn't too much left on him. I was looking at the pattern, and I really don't want to stitch the other two, so I unkitted everything, and these are going to be the only two I have. Someday maybe I'll go back and decide to do them. The pattern's not going to go bad or anything, so I'm going to try and FFO these. But that was a very growing moment to allow myself not to finish something. Just because I bought a kit doesn't mean I have to do it all. I don't. And I finished one other thing, and that is, don't drink, Malarkey by Cherry, let me look it up. I have my iPad here, so Malarkey. See if it comes up. Searching. No. Let's look under Cherry. It did. It's called Malarkey and Shenanigans from Cherry Hill Stitchery. And I did finish mine. This is just a 16 count Ada from a big box store. White. But there it is. Is that blurry, or is that just my eyesight? Either is possible. You probably cannot tell on camera, but the yellow is Etoile DMC, so it has a little bit of shimmer to it. But this took like 3 nights. I need to stop putting stuff off and just allow myself the time to do things. So 3 finishes in 1 week. The blanket wasn't really finished. I just had to thread. What else? What else? I'm just going down the list in the order I showed it to you last year. Last week. I worked on All American from another company. I'm so good at this. Oh, this is Primrose Cottage. I stitched Freedom, except for I had one little line of the M and I added U and half of S. That was just one night of stitching. I've been stitching after everyone goes to bed, which I have about 2 hours to myself till I go to bed. I take Dexter out at 11:30 and then I go to bed. So there's that. I did work on my granny squares. Let's see. These are the variegated ones I already showed you. Not the variegated ones. Variegated and striped. So these are the ones I already showed you. I don't know how many of these I need. It looks like I made 2 more. I made this brown one. And this beautiful one. It's like watercolors. It's not like watercolors. Maybe it's like watercolors. It must have reminded me of watercolors or I wouldn't have said that. So I did 2. Yep, 2 more. And it looks like I have a ball of yarn here to make another one. That's not bad, considering I hadn't touched it in months. And the last thing I worked on got a lot of progress. A lot of progress. And that's my sideways shell. And I even put a stitch marker in to show you where I was. So you had seen all of this, and then you see that stitch marker there? Okay, watch. I like more than doubled the size of this. I love this thing. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's beautiful, if I do say so. I'm probably a quarter to a third of the way done. I'd say a third, because it's just a throw size. It's not like bed size or anything, but I'm really, really, really enjoying working on this because it's mindless and we've got a lot of stuff going on. So a lot of snow. I shoveled more snow this week than I have in many moons. Many moons. I'm not complaining. It was more nuisance snow than anything. The snow was super light and fluffy. I did not work on my sweater, which is on my January goal. So I'm going to try and work on that this weekend. But I do have a lot of things going around in my head for this weekend. Oh, I lied. I do have one more thing that I didn't bring downstairs with me. I did make a couple cards, too, from those card kits. So I'll show those to you next time, because I definitely did not bring them down with me. Oopsie. That's all right. There are worse things in the world. So I made, I think, 5 cards out of, there's probably 30 in there. So I didn't start anything new. I plan on working on my sweater this weekend. I also plan on doing some work in the guest room. And maybe in the guest room if I have time. I should have time. And some room here in the craft room. Some work here in the craft room. I'm on the living room side of the craft room. That is the chaos side of the craft room. I am planning on starting something new, and this is a cal I'm doing with my friend Maureen, Simply More, and I am going to be starting this on Sunday. It's a Viking gnome. It's called Viking Gnome, and it is by, I think it's by Gnome Planet on Etsy. Gnome Planet, that's what it is. GNOM Planet, no E. Unless they have a typo here, which is, it's possible. But Gnome Planet. I'm going to work on him. Or her. Could be either. Right, so I'm going to go answer my comments, but I do have 2 that came up that are in my brain that I want to talk about. First is I think 1 people asked for a life update, and I'm going to be pulling back from doing life/vlog style videos for the foreseeable future. I'm not saying that I won't do them again in the future. This is just not the season of my life that will be part of the channel, and I hope you will respect that. That's not to say I won't mention Kristen or Dexter. They're both doing great. But for now, I'm not going to do vlogs. Could change tomorrow, could change a year from now. The second question was, what was the name of the hoop that I mentioned? It sounded like nerd, and that is probably the Boston coming out in me when I talk really super fast. But the name of the hoop is Nurge, Nurge. And let me grab another one that doesn't have a project on it. Okay, so this is a Nurge hoop. This is a huge Nurge hoop, and it says it right here on this little thing, Nurge. And mine came from Amazon. And once again, if you are watching my video as a drinking game, you're probably drunk by now. Anyway, why I like these hoops is for the following reason. They keep things super duper tight because they have this channel. Can you see that? And this, let's see if I cannot show you this. There, you can see it a little bit. See this side? This ridge fits into the channel. Oh my gosh. Vanna White would be so displeased with me. I am not a Vanna. Anyway, so Nurge, Nurge hoop, and mine came from Amazon, but that was last Christmas, like Christmas 2022. So I don't know if they're still there. I will look, and if I see it there, then I will try and leave a link down below, but I make no promises because my life is chaos. Anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to try and do another little shorts check-in sometime during the week or weekend. We shall see. Maybe I'll share a little bit of the craft chaos room. I did want to ask one question. I have a whole sofa in the chaos side full of sweater yarn, like yarn that I have plans to make sweaters with, like an obscene amount. And I wasn't sure if that would be something you peeps here on the YouTube would be interested in seeing. If it is, let me know in the comments down below. And please, please, please keep leaving comments. I love seeing all the comments, and I'm going to try to be better about responding to comments. Like I said, as soon as I edit this video and start uploading, I'm going to work on answering some of them from last week. And I'm so enjoying it. I've missed being here on the interwebs, and hopefully we can get back into a semblance of a schedule-ish rhythm, but we'll see how life goes. Okay, enough babbling. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.